Hi everyone, welcome to Life Tips by Ning. In today's video, I'm sharing explanations for the 50th hexagram in I-Ching called the Cauldron. Based on the image of this hexagram, the external trigram is fire and the internal trigram is wind. Wind also have a wood element meaning. So you have this image of wood burning under fire. So originally the cauldron is a cooking tool, right, for ancient people to melt everything and cook food in it. But over time, it actually elevated to a more significant cultural meaning. Because if you look at the cauldron image from museums, it has detailed scripture carved on it, either simplifying a new law or kind of a sacrificial type of spiritual language. So it's actually common practice for any new dynasty. The leader will create and build a new cauldron. So it simplifies new beginning and the start of a new era, the start of a new condition after transformation. Because it's high social meaning for sacrificial vessel. It's being highly respected, have high social status, and is viewed as a symbol of your country being stable and respected. So that's why the 50th hexagram is called the cauldron. It's actually meaning how should you stabilize a newly transformed stage. Thinking about it, the 49th hexagram is about change, it's about revolution. And the image of the 49th and 50th hexagram, they're exactly upside down of each other. That's a pair, meaning that they're both telling you the same wisdom from opposite angles. The 49th one is more focused on how to get rid of the old, and the 50th hexagram is focused on how to start anew and sustain the new. So the wisdom and teaching for this hexagram is two things. One is steady, stable, strengthen your core and foundation. And the second is go with the flow and kind of acting like the wind, right? Don't go against things and kind of making sure you're following the rhythm of your timing and your surrounding. Analyze the strength and weakness or threat before you move ahead. That is a smart way to strengthen your condition and ensure final success. So, kind of to expand on this a little bit, think about cooking. You're changing something raw into something nutritional and delicious, but what's the prerequisite of that to ensure that success? You need to make sure you control the fire fairly properly. When it's time to have high heat, do it, but when it's time to have a lower heat to stew it, then do it accordingly. So it's this balance of fast and slow. That's why it's emphasizing the importance of timing. When it's time to move, do it do it without any hesitation. But when it's time to slow down, do not rush things. That's a teaching of this cauldron. So as a leader of this transformation or change, you need to act like a cauldron, super heavy, steady, trustworthy, right? Representing justice and fairness, so people can respect you and follow you. And on top of it, you need to act like the wind, like fire, smart, brightness, righteousness, bring brightness and value to people. And also go with the flow, find the right timing, and don't go against the current. So that's the teaching of the cauldron hexagram. In terms of individual lines, this is actually fascinating because it's a very unique image-based hexagram, each line representing different parts of the cauldron. Like the bottom one is this foot, is a supporting bottom, like typically it's a tripod position. And then second, third, and fourth, they're all yang lines. This representing that big belly portion of the cauldron where you put in the food. The fifth line is the yin line. It's actually the handle, or it's called the ears of the cauldron, where you can actually pull it up and carry it, even though it's super heavy, right? That's why the top line is a stick, or typically like a hook shaped with a stick on top. So you can hook it on the handles and have a bunch of people carry it and move it. So that's the image of the kind of a corresponding part. That's why the first one is that, oh no, the foot of the cauldron got turned upside down. It got overturned. So on the surface, it looks pretty bad, right? It should stay steady. Why is it turned around? But saying that, no worry, there's no blame, no any harm incurred. The reason is the beginning of first step of using a cauldron, you need to clean out the waste and the old stuff from the inside before you cook the fresh and new ones. So because even though on the surface it looks like overturned, it's a bad condition, but because you're not going against the current, you're actually following the natural process. So it's no blame, very neutral and positive outcome because you can clear out the waste. So if you land on this line, it's simplifying that maybe initially on the surface, it might look like you encounter some sort of a challenge or difficulty, but in the end, because it's the natural course of work, it'll work itself out. You'll actually enjoy the benefit of it because you have a clean vessel as an outcome. The second line is a very positive one. It's saying that after you clean it, you're able to cook a lot of nutritional food in it and blend all the flavor together, creating something delicious. So it's simplifying. This thing is full of substance. You as a leader, you're full of talent, value, skills, and competencies. So it's a very good condition to be in. However, the only call out is because of that full of resource and substance, you might attract some envious people who are jealous of you. But rest assured, that's okay because there's a saying in Chinese like fly will not be around an egg that doesn't have like any cracks or being stinky itself. If it's a perfect egg without any cracks, flies will ignore it. So it's the same thing here. Like even though you might have some jealous situation around you, but because you're full of stuff, full of values, you're not wishy-washy or being easily influenced. So you're holding steady and keep your righteous and balanced way. And those people, there's no way they can touch you. Even though they try, they're not able to harm you. That's why it's a positive and very fortunate outcome. It's encouraging people to keep their core, know who you are, and keep your steady course without being distracted or influenced by all those noise factors or kind of the people trying to take advantage of you. The third line, not so much. The reason is it's a yang line in a yang position. Is getting out of that balance. It's too hasty to rush into a change. It's losing the teaching of the overall hexagram about go with the flow, find the right timing. This guy is rushing it too much. It's not waiting, it's not patient. Because of that, it's eager to alter the handle of the cauldron, and you're trying to change a handle to move it, to take it to a different place, but in reality, you render the handle useless and meaningless. It's simplifying that this person, even though have a lot of talent, is being wasted. Nobody recognizes it. All of your progress is being blocked because you're too hasty into making a change. Instead, wait for the rain to come, calm it down, kind of put out all the fire and the rushy temperament. The rain represents the yin element. It's saying use the yin to balance the over-indexed yang so that you can bring yourself back to a balanced zone. And once you're able to do that, you can turn this situation around and turn it from a misfortunate result to a positive outcome. The fourth one is a bad one as well. The reason is this position is very close to the fifth leader's role. It's a very important high-level role, but unfortunately, the leader found the wrong person. This person is not capable to hold his or her position. So they don't know their limits, and they're in a misplaced role. They're not fitted for the role. That's why you incur a lot of difficulty and disaster. It's like you have this person in charge of cooking this sacrificial food or whatever in the cauldron, but this person is not capable, so he spilled the whole thing over, and it contaminate all the guests' clothes or something. So it's a very misfortunate outcome and bad image. This is because this person doesn't know their limits and is not holding things steady and rushing too much again. The fifth one is a very positive one because this is kind of the leader role, right? This is the handle part of the cauldron. You're the one who kind of lead the whole spirit of this big heavy vehicle, big heavy tool for sacrificial or spiritual reasons. It's able to deliver this flexible style yet being strong, steady, because it's keeping its focus, is keeping the right path and not being wavered around by other people. And because of that, he's a strong leader and is able to yield positive results. Because again, any line, if it's following the teaching and wisdom of the overall hexagram, is typically a positive outcome. But if it's going against it, it's going to incur disastrous result. The top line is a very supremely auspicious result. The reason is typically the handle part you insert into it's like a strong stick you insert into the handle. This is how multiple people can carry this heavy object. This top line is saying this handle is decorated with jade. What does that mean? Jade in Chinese culture is such a well-respected and cherished object because its quality, its temperament is very mild. It's not like as hard as a diamond or as soft as some metal or silver, right? It's in that right balanced zone. It's super elegant, it's polished, it's soft, not in your face, very gentle. Because of those quality of following this quality of wind, following kind of go with the flow type of characteristics like a jade, is highly respected. It's meaning that this person is at the completion stage of this transformation. You already reached your destination. The result is very successful and being sustained. That's why you're like a jade. You're kind of meaning that it's a good closure and wrap up of the whole process. I'm at the top of this cauldron with jade decorating it. It's kind of almost like a heightened and elevated decorative way to showcase his spiritual journey and his spiritual meaning. That's why, because you're able to deliver this gentle style like the jade, a good balance between strong and gentleness, is a perfect match of the hexagram's teaching. That's why this well-balanced approach will incur supreme auspicious result. So that's the explanation of the 50th hexagram. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.